What's going on, guys? My name is Impulses, and today this is kind of a weird style of video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into a strike. I'm just going to kind of run through the strike, and while I'm running through it, I want to talk to you guys about Destiny 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and load this up and just tell you guys kind of what the plan is. So if you haven't already seen Bungie stream or watched the VOD from the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal stream, definitely go and check that out before you watch this so you can see everything first for yourself, because I'm going to be talking about all the different things I talk about, and I feel like it's a lot better if you just go and watch it and experience it yourself first and then come back and hear everything I have to say about it. So because this is going to be more opinionated, this is going to be kind of like what I liked and what I didn't like, but it's also going to be kind of informative because it's going to be letting you guys kind of know all the different things that are going on with it. So to start it off, before we get into the strike, Destiny 2 is what I've seen a lot of people saying that it just looks like a bigger DLC for Destiny 1, and they're kind of right, but it's the sequel, so what were you expecting? It's still got the core gunplay of Destiny 1, it's still got, like, all the core mechanics are still the same, graphically it's still very similar, art style pretty much exactly the same. Everything about the game is still very similar to Destiny 1, and that's because it is a sequel. So I think that's kind of, it's one of the things that I didn't really like seeing people say about it. It's just kind of an irritating thing. It is a sequel, so it's supposed to be similar to the original, but what it's doing is it's taking what Destiny 1 didn't do so well and fixing it, and then also adding in some new stuff. So to start off with some of that new stuff, I want to talk about the thing I'm most excited about, which is what they're doing with Patrol. And Patrol is getting a lot better. Well, first off, we're getting 3 new planets. We're getting Io, Nessus, and Titan. And Nessus is the one I'm most excited about, because that is the one that's filled with all the Vex stuff, and I'm just a complete Vex nerd, so that just looks awesome to me. And Io, I believe, is the one where it's like the last place that the Traveler touched before the collapse or something like that. And that's where Ikora goes, and then Titan, obviously, is where Zavala goes. And so these locations are going to be awesome, I think, and I'm already dead. Wow, it didn't take long. But I think these new locations are going to be awesome, especially with what's new to... oh, oops, sorry, I respawned on you, bud. What's new to Patrol in Destiny 2. So first off, my favorite thing that they're adding is they're adding this new kind of dungeon-like system, and what it is, I think they called it like Lost Sectors or something like that. And the way it works is you go in, you defeat the boss who has the key to the loot, and you go and you get the loot, and that's your mission. So that, I think, is going to be awesome. That's going to be a very welcome addition, giving us more things to do in Patrol. Some of the other things they're also making public events, better. Whew. They're making public events much better, and now with a new and improved map, you're going to be able to see where and when public events are happening, which is going to be awesome. So if they have another quest that has something like what Sleeper has in Destiny 1, it won't be nearly as hard. And also the map, like I said, that's also something they're adding that looks really just awesome, because Destiny 1, that's something Destiny 1 was lacking, was a mini-map, or not a mini-map, but a map. So I'm really excited that we're finally getting something like that. And they also said that they're adding some form of like treasure map, treasure hunting system. One of the other things that's a pretty big deal is that they are now you are able to switch locations and destinations and anything you want without going to orbit. Just thank you, Bungie. Thank you so much. Like, it's one of the most annoying things. Every time you want to go somewhere else, you gotta go to orbit. I'm so happy they're doing that. And with this, with everything we saw, it really did seem like they're listening to the community a lot. All the changes were stuff that it seemed like people were complaining about. For example, one of the things was people were complaining that the Vanguards, you know, lacked character and that they weren't like very personable. And the very, very first thing we see on the stream is them giving us a trailer that like highlights Zavala and like him before everything that happens to him throughout the course of Destiny and Destiny 2. So I think it's great that they're just giving us, you know, I feel like we're gonna get a good story this time around. I feel like they really knew that the story was lacking. Which also, if you're not aware, I'm pretty sure that that is because with Destiny 1, the original story that they had is not the story that's in the game right now. It actually had to be changed, and I'm pretty sure it was fairly close to release too, so they just kind of had to throw something together. And it was not, obviously, as we're well aware now, it was not very good. But I'm hoping that now that Bungie's heard our complaints about that and they've had time to work on a good, full, well-rounded story, that we're going to get a good story this time around. And I mean, we know that Bungie's capable of good stories because they made Halo, and Halo just had, you know, like there aren't words to describe how good the Halo stories were. Holy hell. Alright, let's just do this. Oh, and since I just did that, I will bring in the next thing. The new supers. The new supers are pretty awesome, to say the least, I think anyway. So I'll start with the Warlock, since that's what I'm playing right now. The Warlocks are getting the Dawn Strider, or no, the Dawn Breaker, or something like that. I don't remember the name exactly. But they are getting, what happens is you activate your super, and you get this big sword that you just kind of conjure with your light or magic or whatever, and you can just rain down flames onto your enemies, and it's just like one of the coolest supers. I think it's gonna be just awesome, to be honest. Titans are getting the Sentinel, which has been referred to by many people. Where am I? Why can't I run? Okay, I'm dead. The Titans are getting the Sentinel, which is basically Captain America. They get a shield when they activate it. They can run around and smash people with their shield, or they can throw their shield, and it can like bounce off of people and do a ton of damage. And then finally, the Hunters are getting the Arc Strider, which you conjure like a big arc bow staff and just kind of start whacking people with it. And I've heard a lot of people complain about Arc Strider, saying that it looks really similar to Blade Dancer. And I mean, I think it does look similar to Blade Dancer, I'll agree with that. But it's going to be obviously much different. And I think that it's not probably going to be as similar to Blade Dancer as we might think. I think that Bungie will give us something different. And it'll probably be like a new and improved Blade Dancer, because I think everyone was pretty vocal in year one, or not year one, in Destiny 1, about how much Blade Dancer, you know, kind of sucked. So that's definitely going to be something that I think will be interesting to see as we go on. I don't know why I jumped back down here. But the new supers definitely look cool. I'm really excited to see those and try them out when the beta comes out. And that's another thing. The beta, we didn't actually get any more information. They just mentioned it and told us that there was going to be one. We still don't, we still don't have an exact date. All I know is that whenever that exact date is, I'm going to be grinding the holy hell out of that beta. There's going to be 2 betas this summer. I got to play that and COD World War II. But also, something else is about Destiny 2 is they're bringing in a bunch of new social features. This was like a big talking point for them during the event, was that they wanted to, or it was that they felt that they did a bad job of kind of locking off endgame content like raids and trials and Nightfall. They kind of locked that away from solo players. And I will totally agree with that. That's definitely something that was a problem. The community kind of alleviated it by by making LFG, which was fantastic. But now what they're doing is they're doing something called Seekers, or it's like Seeker matchmaking or something similar to that. And what it is if you're going into a raid with, or I should probably mention first, clans are coming into the game. They're going to be actual legitimate clans, not just, you know, a list of names in your directory. they're gonna be able to do, whether you play like once a week or whether you're online every day doing stuff, you're gonna be able to help your clan out and earn rewards for that week and stuff. And I think that's gonna be awesome. I mean, it sounds really similar to what Call of Duty did with or used to do with their clans, like in Advanced Warfare and stuff, and Ghosts. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm happy to see that they're doing that. And in combination with that, they're putting in seeking or seeker matchmaking, or I don't know exactly the best way to describe it, but that's what it said in the menu, was seeking or seeker matchmaking. And what it is say that your clan has gotten together and you got 6 guys and you're all ready to go, and you're and someone has to leave at the last minute. And in Destiny 1, that would mean you gotta go and you gotta find someone off LFG, or you're scrambling to find someone off your friends list at the last minute. But in Destiny 2, you can just go ahead and load up the raid and load up seeker matching, or group matching or something. I don't really remember the exact term. There were 2 different terms for what you could use. One was seeker and the other one I think was like grouper or something like that. And so when you load in, you can load in with just your 5, and you can go in and look, and as you're loading in, the people who are seeking in matchmaking will be able to, wow, we just melted that boss. But the people who are seeking will be able to go through the clans that are going through and looking at what did I get? Shreds upon Stars. Whatever. They'll be able to go through and look at these clans and kind of evaluate which one it is they want to join. So during the stream, they showed like a few different clans, someone going through, declining, accepting, and after you accept one, it just kind of throws you in, and their hope is that you'll be able to play with these people. You can play with these people just once and just, you know, kind of never talk to them again. But their hope is that when you do that, you will actually be able to like create new friends and get new members for your clan. That's kind of their hope with this whole thing. So as far as my final thoughts go on Destiny 2, I am insanely excited. It looks like they did an awesome job. There's a ton of new stuff to do. The new worlds look awesome, and the new social features just look like they'd be really helpful for you. Even if you're in a clan or if you're just a solo player, I think everyone is going to have a great time with Destiny 2. And just go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking about Destiny 2. I'm super excited. I want to know if you guys are super excited. What do you like? What don't you like? I know that the whole not being 60 frames per second on console thing is something that a lot of people don't like. I'm one of those people, but you got to work with them on the tech restrictions of that. But anyways, let's have a discussion down in the comments what you guys think about Destiny 2. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave it a rating and subscribe if this is your first time on the channel. And I will see all of you guys in the next video.